Hello everybody, Keith here again. I'm going to have a look today at my Phalaenopsis equestris. It's not been potted very long, but I think I've made a mistake. It's not doing desperately badly, it's got to be said. It hasn't dropped the flowers. We have a new leaf coming there. We've got new leaves. We've had a new leaf on the keiki. But, and the thing that's got me worried is perhaps too strong a word, but concerned, is this. The last 3 roots that it's put out have not gone down into the bark. They've run along the top, or if I try to go down, as one has, and it's come back up again. So what I've found with Phalaenopsis in particular is when they do things like that, it usually means they're not happy with the substrate. So if this isn't happy with a mixture of bark and perlite, which I used, I'm going to move it over to straight bark. I doubt very much if this is all that happy either. This is in moss over bark in an attempt to get it to drain, but I'm sure it's put roots out and they've gone down, but I think it's just about big enough now to have this spike cut away, and I want to do that really because it's become just too painful to try and keep him like this together, because this dries out faster than that does. So there are times when I'm trying to hold one and pour stuff through the other, and it's just getting, you know, to the stupidity point. None of us need that. So I thought we'll have a look one way or another to try and confirm what's happening with this, because it's a smashing little plant. I've obviously got the 2 of them now, and I don't want to lose either of them. In fact, I'd like to have more small Phalaenopsis. Start off with this one. I was hoping it would. Ah, there we go. And we have 1 good root, 2 good roots, yeah, these 3 roots there. It hasn't put any more out since it went in there, but we have got some nice ones. They're all absolutely fine, but they were going. The big ones were going down through the moss into the bark, and the ones that were in the bark have got the healthy looking root tips. So I think that's one thing that needs changing to bark, and we've got the normal problem with moss that it's developing algae. Right, let's have a look at the mother plant. Shouldn't be a big job, this. Yeah, you see I've got a bit of moss and a lot of perlite and what have you. And the idea was to try and keep it a little bit more moist, and lo and behold, I've not done a very good job, and the roots down below are they're perhaps not as bad as they could be, but they really are not all that good. Some of these roots, albeit from under the middle, have definitely gone. The ones that are younger are doing something, but I think this definitely needs repotting. I've got it wrong, and the indications of the roots at the top of the pot were dead right. This is not a happy bunny. It needs to be cleaned up. I mean, we've got some nice little root nubs. Hopefully this will transfer over and we'll be all right. I've got to decide really what to do with that keiki, whether to try and get it all in the same pot. I think that might be a mistake, because do that and there's always a risk that it's not it's not going to drain properly. I have one that's wide enough, it's going to be too deep. So I'm going to stop the video for a minute, just clean these roots up, rinse it under the tap probably, and then we'll have another look, and we'll see about repotting it. Right, back again. Bad as these roots look, they're actually still firm. So I've trimmed off any that were definitely dead, and these may branch. There's definite signs that these roots will branch given half a chance. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed with that. I'm going to put it back in the same pot, and we'll see where we get with that. I'm going to use straightforward orchid focus bark because it's slightly smaller than what I've got otherwise, and these, although they are obviously typical Phalaenopsis roots, they are much smaller than your average much bigger Phal hybrid. These are probably half the diameter, so we need to get the bark down a bit to give it a chance to make the way properly. But definitely the moss was a mistake. These, again, I think I'm going to put it back in the same pot, but try and get some, put it all in bark, and we'll see what we can manage to do with that. I think at this we've got 3 roots, two good length ones, we've got 4 leaves. I think this is capable of looking after itself. So I'm going to take that off, it's simply because it will be much easier to handle if I do that. So we'll take that spike off right down at the bottom. So that's finished with that one, and everything's just going to be so much easier to work with. Okay, so with this I want to get all of these roots that we're trying to escape down into the pot, and just do a very straightforward, I suspect, repot. It should be a very straightforward repot anyway. The usual thing of trying to make sure you don't leave a great hole in the bark. It seems a bit strange to me somehow that on the one hand you want an airy mix, but you don't want to leave big holes. It's kind of counterintuitive when you think about it, but a bit more, I think, just to make sure we got all the roots down in the bark. So that's the mother plant potted up, everything going down into the pot, and hopefully that'll just ease on without any problems at all. This one can go straight back in its original pot. I mean, that's going to be very easy, I think, to do. Right, well, again we've got that one, we've got a root there that's, I can't get really down into the bark where you don't want, I don't want to bury the base of it too deep. Yeah, that should do it, I think. So that's the keiki. So thank you for watching. That's the 2 of those done. Nothing particularly special about it, except these are one of my development plants that we're following, and that would have been videoed in a couple of weeks' time anyway, but I thought really want to leave it any longer, because sometimes it's better to get on with it than risk the plant going downhill if it's not very happy. So thank you for watching, hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Bye.